Hey guys, so it is a Monday morning and I am just going to be getting some things done here. And I thought I'd take the camera around, so I have a midwife appointment today. I am 38 weeks pregnant. My midwives are coming at 11. It's 9:30 now. The baby's down for a nap. The big kids are all kind of outside playing. And so I'm going to be getting lunch made this morning before the midwives come, because by the time they leave, it's going to be lunchtime. And then I'm also got a lot of produce to deal with today. I have lots of tomatoes, zucchinis, cucumbers from the garden, and lots of peaches from when we went peach picking last week. And so we're gonna do some like chopping and preserving today. The kids wanna make zucchini bread, so I'm not really sure all what I'm gonna be doing. So anyway, thought I'd just take the camera around. We're gonna be getting some things done. Obviously, we're getting very close to having the baby, and so I'm just trying to tie up loose ends and make sure everything is all put together before we have the baby. So for lunch today, I'm gonna be making some round steaks. We buy our beef in bulk. I know I've mentioned that like a million times on this channel. And right now we're almost out of our beef. And some of the last cuts that I grab are a lot of the organ meats, like the liver and the tongue and the heart, just because those ones are a little less desirable to eat, even though they're really good for you. I actually did a video last week showing you how I was making some of those things, so I will put that link down in the description box if you wanna watch that. But then other ones like round steaks, I mean, round steaks are good, my kids love them. They're just not the most high quality steak, obviously. And so they're just ones that kind of like sit in there a little longer than other ones. I have a lot of bones still in there, so I'm gonna make some broth. But today I'm making some round steaks. I thought I'd do round steaks with some mashed potatoes, probably steam up some vegetables. So I'm gonna do those in the Dutch oven so they can kind of cook on low and they can be nice and tender. And then we will have lunch ready after my midwives leave, because that'll be right around noontime. All right, so we picked some green tomatoes because we're gonna make some fried green tomatoes to go with lunch. Goodness. So what do you do first?
It says on the recipe that you just cut them in little circles and things.
Okay, so start slicing them. So we're gonna make up some fried green tomatoes to go with our round steak and potatoes for lunch. Okay, so to start off with my round steaks, I'm just going to slice up some onions that I'm going to put in the bottom of the Dutch oven after I sear the round steaks, and that's just gonna help to add in some flavor to the dish. Okay, so for the round steaks, I'm just going to open this up, and I'm going to salt and pepper them just to give them some flavor as well. And then, like I said, I'm going to put them in the Dutch oven and sear them, and then I will remove them and put the onions on the bottom and lay them back on top of there. And then I will slow cook them in there for about an hour. When I make round steaks, I like to add some type of liquid to it just to make it a little more tender when I'm cooking it. So this is just some cream, a little bit of tomato paste, a little bit of mustard, and some water. Kind of makes a creamier broth. So I'm gonna do that. First I'm gonna add in, my onions kind of all around my meat here. I'll even kind of pick it up and put it on top there. You saw whenever I sauteed it, I added in a lot of butter. That'll also give it a more creamy gravy to cook in. I'm gonna add in some spices. I'm just doing some onion powder, garlic powder, and a little bit of cumin. Full intentions on making mashed potatoes with this, but I realized we had like 5 potatoes. So instead of going through making that, I thought I would just chop these up, toss them in some oil, and just put them in a cast iron skillet and bake them at the same time as I'm making the round steaks. And then I do have some fresh tomatoes from the garden. We have some avocados. I'm gonna steam up some veggies, so we'll just kind of make do with other things. I obviously need to go and get more potatoes. All right, so I'm heading out to the gardens now, and we are gonna pick just everything that is ripe and get it all preserved, because most likely after I have the baby, it's gonna be pretty neglected. I mean, we are getting to the end of garden season here, but I wanna make sure that I get as many things out as I can and preserved before I have the baby.
I'm making pickles, so I cut up my cucumbers into the shape I want it. I'm gonna fill it halfway, this jar halfway up with water. Gotta get them halfway with water. I'm gonna pour in some vinegar. I'm gonna pour in just, not a lot of vinegar because you don't want it really vinegary. You know, really like that. Too much.
Do you help with that?
Yeah.
That's full to the top. Let me help you.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a little squirt of vinegar in there.
Okay, you tell me when to stop.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put in a little, that's good?
That's it? I think you need more than that.
That's good. That's good. And I guess you can put a little more in there.
Okay, then what spices? We're gonna do dill.
Very good. Yeah, and then we do dill, and I do like a little shake of salt to make it like that. So,
and then
I'm gonna go. Lids on. I'm gonna put my lids on these, and then I'm going to shake them up really good and put them in the fridge for like overnight or something, and then in the morning they will be ready. So I'm just gonna shake them up really good.
All right, so we have a bunch of zucchinis, and so with these I'm going to shred them all up, and I am going to make several loaves of zucchini bread. So my family really likes zucchini bread, so we'll probably have some of this now. And then my thought was that I could freeze a couple loaves to have for some either snacks or breakfast after the baby is born. So I'm just gonna start off by shredding up a bunch of zucchini, and I'm gonna try to get these in the oven today while the baby is taking his afternoon nap. All right, so the last thing I'm going to preserve today are these peaches. So I'm just washing them now, and then I'm going to slice them up, put them in a gallon-size Ziploc bag, and freeze them for smoothies. We went peach picking a couple weeks ago, and we've been eating them just plain, or I've been making peaches and cream oatmeal. We've cut up some to put in smoothies, but now the ones that are left are getting pretty overly ripe, and so don't want them to go bad. So like I said, I'm just gonna slice them and freeze them, and then we will use these in smoothies until they are all gone. All right guys, so I'm going to end this video here As you can see, it's been a pretty busy day in the kitchen and I still have to think of something to make for dinner. So I'm gonna, I don't know what. I have a whole chicken in there. As I said earlier, I'm out of potatoes. I have some lettuce. We'll probably just do like easy chicken salads or something for dinner. So I'm gonna get something made up for dinner and put my feet up, because now that I'm at the end of pregnancy, by the end of the day, if I'm on my feet a lot, my feet start hurting and I don't want any like swelling or anything like that. So I'm just gonna relax a little bit while the baby is still sleeping. If you guys are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video.